All right, now we want to take a look at the Breakout in Africa, Senegal breakout room. So when you come to this assignment, you will find the instructions. I've put instructions on how to research. I'm adding instructions for how to create the activities, and now I am putting instructions on how to use the templates, the form templates. So when you come down here, you can see that you have your research graphic organizer, which you should have already completed before this point. And then you have your breakout room template and your Google Forms. So this first one is our Word template. If you click on this, this is going to take you to a place where I shared one for you, and you are going to duplicate it. So see how it says duplicate up here? So you would duplicate. Everybody's going to duplicate their form so that they're not changing my master form, and it's going to be in your forms, not mine. And so I would already come up to the top and change my title if it lets me. Maybe I need to change it right here. So I would call this the Senegal breakout room. Okay, and change that copy word, and then I'm going to change this picture. So when you come in here, you can see how I have instructions here. Put a title above, add or change the image box, give a brief description of what your project's about, and then change the theme if desired. So here's where you can change your theme. You can just make your theme a different color. Whatever you decide that you want to do. If you do the plus, it's where you can customize your own or add your own pictures. So I'm just going to stick to what's here. So if you want to change the picture, I have to trash the one that's there. And then once you trash it, you see how you have the insert image. So I can do a search, and I'm just going to put Senegal and see what comes up. I think I'll do the map. Now, sometimes you run into issues where your form doesn't want to find it for you. And if that's the case, then, you just go to your Google and search and then add them that way. So I did change a little bit of the theme. I didn't do a whole lot to the theme, but I did change the color. And then the last thing that I would do is change what my project is about. So I would say something along the lines of enjoy learning about Senegal as you attempt to crack all of the codes correctly. Okay, so something along that line. Okay, so this is like your header. This is your main page that everybody's going to see. Now, you'll see when I start coming into each section, I did section 1 is your directions. So do you want to tell something about your breakout room here? So you could, do a little story background. So you would come to your PowerPoint. Remember, we talked about that in a different video, where you have a PowerPoint that's like your country, Senegal breakout room saved that way. So where you can just create slides. So like I said, I like to do a blank slide, but it's up to you what kind of slide you want to use. I recommend either the title or the blank. And then what are you going to do here? So if I'm going to do a little story here, maybe I want to, add some pictures of things from Senegal. I can do fill from here. I can come in and add a text box so that I can start telling you some story. So, and put a text box. Watch out for hippos and crocodiles as you venture into Senegal. And then I could continue with that story with just some of the things that I've learned about Senegal. Then I'd want to go back and, of course, change my font in the size and making sure that it shows up well. I want to make sure that I show the, the pictures well. I would probably come in and do a word art. So come into insert and maybe do a word art and choose something, that stands out. And then come in and change this. Let's go to Senegal and then stretch it out so that it fits at the top. Okay, move it to where you want. Decide if that's the color scheme you want. If not, you can change it. Okay, and then I will format my background. So all of the slides that I do, I just make sure that I fill all of the backgrounds. So that looks pretty cool. If you don't like it, you can just come in and change your paint coloring and it'll change there. I like that a little better where it stands out. And then I would put images in here and like reasons of why you might do the Senegal. You could even, add it to where a draw on the side where it's like the rivers coming around, because they do have a lot of rivers there. They have the Atlantic Ocean. So really it's up to you how you want this beginner page to look. And then once you're done with it, you will come in and snip it. So I know I'm not finished with it, but I'm going to come in and snip it and then save it. So file, save as, and I just call them the country, and then I put numbers by them, and I typically try to do them in the same order. So then I would come in here and I would add an image, and I'm going to upload one because I just took that off of my computer and I'm saving it in my pictures, and I called it Senegal 1. So I'm going to come in and get Senegal 1, and then you'll see that that picture opens up onto your form. I like to do the full screen. So then what you see is you'll see directions, and you'll also have let's go to Senegal. And then I would actually type the directions right here. Okay. So then you're ready to move in to the title of your first selection, which is the introduction of your country. So now you're ready to use your stuff you created using your information here. So this would be the time that we're talking about Senegal as a country. So you are going to put that information in a slide, and then you're ready to upload that slide there. So when I go back to my form, I can come here and see how it has a place for the picture. I want to put an image. I'm going to upload, and then I'm going to put in Senegal 2, and then open it. And then I'm going to do full screen so that it comes in full screen. Now, this one's actually about the national park, so I'll have to do some modifying to this. Then you can add any information here that you want to say if there's anything extra. I do recommend putting a title. You don't necessarily have to put information here, just if you feel like you need it. It's just a place for brief descriptor. Okay, so now what activity are you doing? And so we decided that we were going to do, let's go back to our activity. So you would already have PowerPoint slides for these made. We said we were going to do this right here, the alphabet code, and we were going to do a Quizlet. So you would want to have a slide made for those. So you would come in and do a new slide. Okay, so, and then what's your title going to be? So I'm going to put a word art in here, and maybe like test your Senegal skills, and then we're going to have them go to, we had a link to it. So we've got this Quizlet. Let's see. Grab that. Wants to grab everything. All right, so you see what I'm trying to do here. I am going to also grab this and just copy it, because then I can just take it right over here and paste it. I can resize it so that it can be bigger. And so I can actually do this like in one slide. So I could put the link to my Quizlet here, which I don't feel like I did that link proper. So I would put link to Quizlet and then some directions for them. And then over here, I would add another text box. Okay, and then in this text box right here, I would see what my reverse, okay, so I would then come in and tell them something along the lines of to unlock the first lock, can you decode the following code? And then I would have here, I would have H, V, M, V, T, Z, O, and then I would make all of this bigger. Okay, and then do something with your background, format your background. So let me go with a gradient fill, but change it. Go with something in the yellows. Okay. All right, so here is my page. I would have my link to my Quizlet here, give them some directions of doing that, and then I would tell them to unlock their first code. And then here's the code. You could put a little lock up here. Go look for a picture of a lock, and I know I have several, so you can come in here to pictures and find your locks and put a lock there. Okay, so I've got a lock. Oh, that's a crack the code. I don't want that one. That came from a different one. So, but you see what I'm saying. Put your lock there, and then you would snip this. So I'm going to snip it. New. Remember, every time you snip a PowerPoint page to save it. So then I'm going to go File, Save As. This is our third one. So I'm going to go Senegal 3, and then I'm going to come back over to my form, and now I'm going to put this here, image, upload, and I'm going to do Senegal 3, open it. I'm going to change the page to full screen so that you can see it all, okay? And then here is where I would then put the lock down here. See how I just showed you guys this one on here. If you create a little PowerPoint snip of just this right here, that can go right here. So if you don't want to put this here, don't put this here. Make this its own, or make one slide, snip half of it for the Quizlet link and snip the other half for the lock, and then you're going to put it down here. But see how this is now a question. So when we came to add new, you choose add new, and you want to do a text question. Okay, you're going to do a text question, and that's what mode this is in, text, and then give them the directions. And it tells you here, find something in the content that can be used as a clue to open the lock. In question mode, text, create info on a PowerPoint slide and add a lock code image, snip and replace here. Example, type your 5-digit code. Now remember, we talked about giving them the digits, the number of digits or number of, now for digits you probably need to, but giving them the number of letters in the word, kept people from doing your activity, so you may want to consider that. But make sure you give them step by step, what are they supposed to do in order to answer it, and then they have to put their answer here. And then you're going to keep doing that with each section. Okay, I set it up. Just replace my stuff with your stuff, and you're going to do that until you have all 5 of your physical features in here. And then at the end, you'll do like a congratulatory page. This is a snip I made. You can make your own and put what you want to put there. So this is basically a brief overview of your how to make your breakout room. And then when you're finished, you go to share and see how you have this option right here where you can share it. That's what you're going to do. You're going to share it, and you can choose to do anyone can respond, or you can put people in our organization, and that keeps it just to people in our school system. So if you want to collaborate on this, since we're going to be working in groups on our group project, if you have this right here, this collaborate link, that's how all of your group members can be working on the same form at the same time, similar to doing a PowerPoint together or doing a Word document together. So that's a nice option for those of you when you're working in your groups on your project. All right, so this is an overview of the Senegal breakout room.